was doing right. I ain't know that I was wrong. Thought my niggas was with me. I ain't know I was alone. Rap don't happen to happen. I know we'll be alright. I grew up in the ghetto. I could cook and sell.
Yeah, that's right. Believe that. Real Radio, we back in the building. It's the heavy hitter DJ Pharris, Ciroc boys. Got my big homie in the building.
All my levels okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No doubt. Kevin Gates is in the building, man. What's the deal, fam?
Penitentiary rules in effect.
Hey, welcome to Chicago, no doubt.
When I say penitentiary rules in effect, that means that I respect myself and I respect everything around me. Every individual for themselves. Every individual is accountable for their own actions.
Yes, indeed.
Do unto others as you will have them do unto you.
Believe that. You're part of the 2014 XXL freshman class.
I was.
That's real major. How you feel about that?
It wasn't major to me, big brother. Not at all.
Why is that?
Because complacency is the worst enemy of any man. So if I allow myself to feel like I accomplished anything, I'm setting myself up for failure.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's major.
Whatever you did to get where you at, you got to do 100 times more to stay where you at. So my grind gonna show you how much I appreciate my situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's a real nice spin to put on. I ain't heard that before, but that's
everything metaphoric and meaning. Ask me anything, but you ask me no questions, I tell you no lies.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
At the age of 16, scored a 31 on your ACT.
American college test.
And you got your master's in psychology.
I was in prison when I scored at 16.
Really?
I mean, when I was 16, I was incarcerated then.
Yeah.
And on the master's, I was incarcerated that time also.
So all the time that you was in the joint, you was just in the books, just studying.
No, I ain't gonna say that I was just in the books, just studying, but amongst other things, I've always been a seeker of knowledge.
Yes,
there's all kind of things that you can get yourself involved into. But I just love to learn. That's just me. I've always been a big skeptic. So if you tell me something and someone else tells me something, I'm gonna cross-examine both opinions.
Okay.
You heard me? I'm gonna use both of y'all, and I'm gonna do my own cross-referencing. But I'm gonna go look it up. And then the individuals in my family, I can't go ask them for nothing. I ask somebody in my family, hey, how I get money? Rob a bank, get your pistol. Put some Band-Aids over your fingertips, put some gloves on. You know how it go.
Wow.
No, I don't. So I need to go,
Wow.
They say study to show thyself approved, so that's all I just be trying to study. I'm a seeker of knowledge.
Sound like you should have been a damn lawyer. Damn, boy, you got plenty of what made you...
I'm extensive in that area, too.
So how'd you get into, the rapping thing?
I've always had an interest in music. Music was always in my household, and me being an eclectic individual, I don't just listen to one genre of music. I listen to many different genres of music.
So look, your mama, aunties and stuff played music as a kid when you was a shorty?
Everything.
What's some of the stuff you could remember?
To my recollection, I really don't want to have any recollection of that time, and it's not because of the music that was played. It's just because that's a very painful time.
Oh, okay.
Because my childhood was abruptly taken away from me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And I still suffer from that. I have unresolved grief because of certain situations that went on in my past.
Oh, okay.
That's just when I performed a psychoanalysis of myself, and I have unresolved grief. I suffer from depression. So music is my only outlet. It's therapeutic. So it's not that I have no recollection of those times. I don't want to have any recollection of those times.
All right. What's like some of the artists maybe that inspired you, musically? Can you tell me that?
It wasn't one artist that inspired me, but it's certain things that I've gotten from other artists. Like, I got a Bob Marley tattoo. But then, I got an Elvis tattoo. So I mean, like I say, I'm eclectic. I listen to the Lumineers. I listen to Taylor Swift. I listen to Lifehouse. I listen to real music. I listen to Anthony Kiedis, and if you don't know who that is, that's the member of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, the lead singer. I listen to individuals like that because your favorite rapper gonna tell you he had 100 bricks, and I'm Puerto Rican. Colombians don't even deal with blacks. Tell you the truth, because the 98% conviction rate federally amongst blacks because blacks do the most telling.
Talking.
We tell on each other. That's what we do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I haven't ever told on anyone. But when you put me in the category, you're not gonna put me around no Hispanics. I don't look Hispanic. You're gonna put me around my people. What I grew up around in the ghetto my whole life.
Yes, sir.
And it's a 98% conviction rate amongst, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The young people that get on Instagram and say they thugging and all that, social media and computer, you can be whatever you want to be. You can get on there with your partner gun and your partner pistol. No morals, no principles.
True.
You know, I look at the generation and I ain't speaking to nobody, but you know, I come up in a game around number of OGs where we had respect for one another.
True. That's
You
old
heard?
school.
We had respect for one another. You know, I never disrespect you, walk, you know, nothing. And I was only gangster when it was necessary. And whenever I did something illegitimate in the streets, I did that to provide for my family, not to go buy no true religion jeans.
Okay.
You heard?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. They
So,
need to hear this
you know,
right now. Chicago need to hear
Not
this.
in a bad way. I just keep that thing all the way gangster. That's gangster to me.
100%. They need to hear that.
And then I could really speak about that. Cause I got a DOC number, you heard? I got it tattooed on my hand. I'm a 2-time convicted felon. You heard? You know, and it's a blessing for me to be here in Chicago right
Indeed.
now. For somebody to want to talk to me. Cause I'm a nothing. You heard? So it's a blessing. I was just laid up with my little boy in the hotel. You know, I got a newborn. Yeah,
Congrats.
he number about 2-3 months.
Congrats, bro.
You heard?
Yes,
I ain't
sir.
want to get up, but I say, man, I'm going to get up. Because the Most High put me in this position, so I'm going to use this position, you heard me?
Yep.
You heard me? To touch whoever I can touch, reach whoever I can reach. But, excuse me, this madam over here had a question. What your question was?
We don't get to the question. Hold on, we don't get to the question.
I'm ready to answer your question.
I'm dying to hear
God.
when you answer this one. You got a second album out, by any means. How'd you, the title? Any
Big
significance
brother,
to that?
I gotta shake your hand. You the first person to ever consider my work, my body at work as an album.
Yes.
Cause it's a mixtape. I don't understand the difference of a mixtape and an album when you get all original tracks.
Tracks, yeah. That's
Shout
an
out
album.
to my team, you know,
Okay.
Atlantic, BWA, Breadwinners Association.
Okay, no doubt, no
Yeah,
doubt.
we are looking for artists right now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, BWA.
Yeah, I can sign you and the label gonna work you.
No kidding.
Real talk.
How can some of these artists, because you got a lot of good artists, a lot of hidden talent, how can they reach out to you if they need to find you and get their music to you?
Give me a CD. That's how I started. I was passing out CDs in
Hand
the
to
street.
hand.
Yeah, hand to hand. People threw my music on the ground. Yeah, but years later, and a few months after, I'm out here in Chicago. Yeah, at the radio station.
Turned all
Indiana, wherever we at. I don't know. I just know I was in Chicago when I was in the bathroom at the hotel. Yeah, number 2. Yeah.
Turn up. All right, hold on. Let's hit the legal, then we're going to come right back. Hit the legal real quick. We come right back.
Number 1 in the streets, Power 92, WBWX FM, Hammond, Chicago. It's the Real Radio Request Hour. Call DJ Pharris at 773-375-92 for you. That's 773-375-9248. And get your requests in right now on Power 92.
Back with my homie Kevin Gates, the realness, 100%
I ain't
real.
gonna look. I keep it. I'm honest, but I'm not a saint.
None of us are. None of us are.
I'm not a saint, big brother, and
That's
I don't
right.
like people to get it confused, you know, and put me on a plateau. I put all my flaws and my imperfections on Front Street.
Yes, indeed.
So this makes me perfect.
I hear you.
See, I don't have no skeletons. I don't have to hide. And see, I just did another interview, and I was talking about rappers, and they asked me. I was like, yeah, most rappers I meet are weirdos. They're weirdos. When I have conversations with them, like one-on-one conversations with them, cause I ain't into social media, none of that. I don't watch it. I'm sorry, I ain't into it. I can tell you the last book I read. You know, I'm still living like I'm in penitentiary. Yeah, I own 2 pair of underwear right now. They lock me up, I'm gonna wash one in the toilet, I'm gonna have one on.
Prepared.
Yeah, cause I don't know. And I'm not political or anything, but you know, I be saying, you know, you'll pull a gun on me and shoot at me. But the police, when he pull up, you drop your gun and run. Yeah, but he get paid, he kill you, he can go get a paid vacation with pay. But I'm not trying to be political.
Okay.
But then an individual like me, you heard? Think about all the other individuals, convicted felons that don't rap, that have been rehabilitated from a prior incident, a prior offense. They come home, you heard me? You'll tell them, I'm not gonna hire you because what you did prior, because of your prior history, but you've been rehabilitated. Yeah, but we criminalize. They criminalize you, and by you being criminalized, you heard me? What criminalized means is, you know, if you was already in the streets, you're gonna go back to doing what you've been doing.
Back to the streets and
Now
back to
you're
the
gonna
joint.
go back to that $1 billion corporation. You hear me? You're gonna make them money. Buy a Barker. Yeah, all that.
Recycle, put you back in the system.
Recycle you, put you back in here. And then you develop a downward spiral of being in and out and in and out and in and out. Because the respect level and the mentality is so high in jail, it's individuals that are happier there than they are on the streets. Cause it ain't no respect out here.
I hope you young ones are listening to my man right now.
They don't got to listen. You heard me?
They need to.
Because when you go in front of that judge, you heard me? Because I go to court tomorrow. I don't know what my outcome gonna be. You heard me? I don't know what it's gonna be. But I know when I go in front of them tomorrow, ignorance of the law is no excuse. So I'm gonna pick 12 and y'all gonna have to do what y'all gonna have to do.
Well, we got you, man. I even heard you was offered a deal by Cash Money and you turned it down.
It wasn't that I turned it down. It wasn't the right fit.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the most money isn't always the right situation. But Birdman, my dog, I just got off the phone with him the other day. We was tripping out. He was like, man, Lil, when your management contract up in January, you know, they manage me. He's like, your management contract up in January, man, come sit down with me. I say, man, you know I'm gonna come and sit down with you, OG. But you got to, hey, you be dealing with them other, you know, you got to, I'm the real thing. We got to really sit down. You got to talk to me.
You got that knowledge.
So me and him have, and I'm gonna tell you something, that's a very intelligent individual. But if you think about it, how could he be where he's at right now if he wasn't?
True.
So we had real intelligent conversations. And I took his blueprint and I applied it and it worked. I started my own label, I got it out the mud.
Yes,
so every time we talk, keep man, little one, I'm proud of you, bro. I'm proud of you. I'm glad you ain't go get a mouthpiece put in your mouth. You kept that thing Louisiana.
All the way.
You put them permanent slugs in your gums. I say, yeah, you know how I'm living.
It's all good.
Yeah, I'm gonna die like this.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I'd rather you hate me for who I am than love me for who I'm not.
You're getting a lot of love right now, no doubt. You got a new single,
That's
man.
just for right now. That's just for right now. You heard me? Yeah, it go up and down.
Yeah.
So, you know, I appreciate myself and I respect the support that I'm getting. I respect the love that I'm getting. People come to me with my face tattooed on them. You know, I love those things. I appreciate those things. But that's because me and those individuals share similar, you know, situations. You know, I speak about depression and, man, it ain't 90% of America is depressed.
Yeah.
90% of America is depressed.
True.
I say 98. People with the most money, the suicide rate amongst people are millionaires. The highest suicide rate is amongst millionaires.
Wow.
The people with the most are the unhappy. Most unhappy, excuse me. You know, I speak a little colloquialism.
Hey.
You got to, no, but I feel like I could talk like this. You can't let somebody come over here from Vietnam and be like, oh, it's just, you know, culturalistic differences and things of that nature. But I'm from right here and might talk a little different and be intelligent, but you know, he lock him up. He's stupid. But you got somebody that can't talk or nothing from another country, you'll get him an interpreter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You're right. You're right about it. Well, you're definitely in a good position, man, and a position to educate.
But I don't be trying to be political, big brother.
But these shorties need some of that. You know what I'm saying? They need some education, some street education, bro.
I don't be trying to be that, but like I say, you know, man, like all I say, if you knew the consequences behind what you was doing, would you do it?
Y'all hear that? Y'all, you got a brand new single right now, "Supposed to Be in Love."
Yeah. Ask me about that. It was real controversial. Yeah,
How'd you
ask me about that.
How'd you come up with that? How'd that come about?
Ask me the other question about the beating the women part.
Well, that's
You know,
something new to me.
Yeah, when you hear the dirty version, I say I thought it was legal to beat your H, you know, the HOE word. Yeah, I said that. I thought it was legal to beat her. I said that in the thing, but I'm very metaphoric when I speak. To beat means to win. You heard? If I was a female and I marry you, you in the NBA, NFL. You heard me? And I marry you and I trick you, mental gymnastics, I trick you into marrying me with no prenup. But the personal trainer really, my pimp or my lover, my pimp, you know. Yeah, people in my power. You know, that's the acronym for being a pimp, you heard me? Somebody who got my mind, so he manipulate me to manipulate you. And I'd get a divorce.
Get in your pockets and take care of him.
I beat you. Yeah.
No kidding.
And there's other ways to beat a person. Mentally, emotionally. Rejection is the worst thing you can give anybody. People are narcissistic by nature. They hate rejection.
True.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So once you're comfortable with once you're comfortable, for one to be comfortable in oneself, yeah, no amount of money in the world can make me, you know, go against my morals and my principles. Cause this is what I believe in. I'm gonna die like this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. DJ Nathan, you ready over there, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's drop this. Introduce the single to Chi-Town, man.
Yeah, I'm in here with DJ Pharris, and the name of this is "We Supposed to Be in Love." It's illegal to steal somebody's feelings and leave. You know, Kevin Gates, I don't get tired.
Check it out. I am back with my brother right now. This is my brother right here, Kevin Gates in the building.
It's a time for all things. That's why when you like, we going clean, you ain't got to tell me that. I understand what realm I'm in now.
Yes, indeed.
See, for me to use profanity anyway, being an English major also, because I don't be liking to throw all my everything on the table. But I use profanity because the F word, you know, I had a bet with a pastor. I say, man, I bet you 10 grand right now. Pull my money out. I bet you 10 grand that the F word is all through your holy Bible. You know, and I'm no religion, you heard me? I believe religion separates people. That's one subject I stay away from on the F. I just believe in God and I love all humanity. That's it. You know, that's love. That's how I'm commanded to love. That's how I'm commanded to do. I don't know about other people. But look, you heard me? And that go from me being a big skeptic. See, I can't listen to it. You can't be like, man, my grandmother told me. Yeah, your grandmother might have been wrong. Earth to Dave. Whoever Dave is, shout out. But now what I was saying, back to what I was saying, profanity, I use it as exclamation points. Like I might say, man, say DJ Pharris, watch out for that car. Man, watch out for that mother car. Yeah. I exhibit a strong feeling with the curse word. With the profanity.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But the F word, you know, the acronym for that is fornication under carnal knowledge. That's all it means. The F word, to F someone. Yeah, they ain't know that. They ain't know that. Yeah, they ain't know that. But I say learning is taking place when I'm in the building.
He giving an education while classes in session.
I'm talking, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never been involved in no gang activity or nothing. I don't come with instructions. I can't take orders. I'm sorry. I can't. I can't take orders, man. You got to kill me where I'm at. I'ma die like this. I tell that to everybody because, you know, just in Louisiana, death is just a part of the culture. That's the only place in the world I ever seen somebody die. They put your face on a t-shirt and have a second line, march in the street and have a party.
A celebration, yeah.
Yeah.
With the band and stuff.
It's just a part of the culture. My older brother was murdered in front of me. May 6, 2003. That's why I say it's so painful to recollect the past. Yeah. So I always try to engulf myself in whatever moment I'm in, because I don't know what's going to be my last moment. That's why I say, man, I could walk out the studio, somebody could blow my brains out. But I did good while I was able to. You heard me?
I hear you.
You don't know which moment going to be your last. And I tell people this all the time. You're not promised tomorrow. Yeah, somebody shot me and blew my bone off my right leg. Yeah, I wasn't supposed to walk, but you know, by the grace of God, I'm in here walking.
What would you tell, with everything that's going on in Chicago right now, all the gun violence?
I don't know what's going on in Chicago, big brother, because that ain't my business. I don't be down here. When I'm down here, I don't have no problems. I'm a gangster. I respect myself and the things around me. I go anywhere, no security, no nothing, and people show me love when I'm here.
What advice would you give to a shorty to stay out of jail, to keep him out of jail? Any
Respect
advice?
yourself, man. I can't tell you not to do nothing wrong. You heard? Because my mixtape is entitled By Any Means. You know, you could point and say, man, that's wrong how they living. No, but that's not the root of the problem. You hear me? And the way I'm living right now, my children are gonna live like this regardless. However, by any means, when I say that, you understand what I'm saying. If it take hustling for my children to eat, I'm gonna risk my freedom so my children could eat. I'm sorry that that's my mentality, but that's what it is, and I'm being honest with you. I was blessed with the opportunity to rap.
Yes,
so when I see young street cats that want to rap, I give them nice deals on features. Like, I don't charge them too much, because I want to see them come up out of that struggle. Because I know what it's like. You know, 15 people, 16 people in one house. I share a room with 6 other people. Yeah, in the same bed, share covers with them. In a comforter set, uncomfortable yet slightly dysfunctional, fighting, fussing over meal and nothing. Evidently something got people muggy. Yes, we're sliding through and I'm riding. You know, that's some of my music. I got to talk of my lyrics.
Yes, sir. Yes,
but that's the real.
Yes, sir.
And I know that. I come from that. And it might take hustling for you to get from out of that. But it ain't your fault that you was in an impoverished situation. You heard me? It was no ladder. People gravitate toward what they see.
Yes, indeed.
You heard me? People gravitate toward what they see, and we all wasn't blessed with the gift of music.
True.
Wasn't no lawyers and doctors outside my grandmother's house, man.
Nah, neither.
Yeah, they was getting money. You know, I want to get it how they getting it. Because I saw success. I saw prosperity in what they was doing. I saw a way to eat. Getting the clear top peanut butter. The government peanut butter, they got to go to McDonald's. Y'all got to go in there one at a time and get the packs of jelly. No, thug, man, I'm not trying to live like that. And I refuse. I refuse for my daughter to be walking around. She might have to, sell pieces of her soul in order to eat. Shout out to my mama who loved me so much that she did things, put herself through things in order for me to eat. They got women living like that, man, right now.
True, that's true.
They got women living like that, but you'll get on TV, so, and talk about somebody in the other country. Man, they starving right here in the streets, man.
Right in front of our face. Better
I ain't
believe
trying
that.
to be political, big brother. I stay away from that. Because if it ain't my business, it ain't my business. But if you ask me my opinion, I'm going to give it to you, but I'm not opinionated.
Good knowledge.
I'm not opinionated. That's why, when I see somebody that see how they living, man, that's just how they living right now.
Yes,
maybe they haven't been delivered from living like that. You hear me? Yet. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm sure you get inspiration, bro.
I do things that's wrong still. I ain't gonna stop. Maybe. I haven't been delivered from those things yet. Help me. I need help.
Well, you're doing it through your music, so you're doing
trying.
it. Got a lot of fans, a lot of people loving what you're doing. Yeah. How can they get this new project you got? When is that coming?
You can go on iTunes and buy it by any means, Kevin Gates. Or if you don't want to spend your money with me, you can go get it for free off of all the various mixtape sites. But shout out to Dead Piff because they premiered it, and it's on live mixtapes and all kind of other various mixtape sites.
You don't do social media. You ain't got no Instagram, none of that.
Yeah, I got an Instagram.
But how can they get you on Instagram?
I am Kevin Gates. #IDGT. I don't get tired. Yeah, I don't get tired.
Okay.
That's my slogan.
Yes, sir.
Wherever I collapse at, pick me back up, put me in the shower. We gonna do it again. 4-5 days, But I don't eat a lot of heavy foods. I don't eat a lot of salads. I don't eat no pork, beef, chicken. I'm just too intelligent. My intelligence won't allow me to put those things in my body. And I'm not no health nut because I don't work out at all. I promise. I don't work out or nothing. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
I catch one of these, one of these women that, might be psychology, maybe judgmental, you heard me? May have judged the book by the cover, and after that they seen it was, I work up, out. Make her feel electric.
Yes, indeed.
Nah, that happened to me in Barnes & Noble. I was reading. My reading material, the selection of literature, she asked me, she was like, what is that? She's in the industry too, but I don't kiss and tell. That's one thing, I ain't no rat.
Gangster.
Whatever we do, that's what we do. That's our business.
Gangster.
Whatever happens here, it stays between us and whoever else you tell.
Girl, you hear that over there? Yeah.
No, I wasn't shooting at her.
No, I'm messing with her.
That'd have been me being stereotypical. She looked like her body language really said that she's in agreement with what, with how I'm living. You know what I'm saying? I may remind her of somebody that she knows, or something like that. Who knows? But she kind of seemed like she agreed with a little bit of this. So, I hope so. She would want to.
Yes,
get with
indeed.
it to get lost.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, that's how I'm living.
Breadwinners Association.
Yeah, BWA. You're a part of this. You just don't know it yet. You come here. This is how you earn income.
Oh, yeah.
You win bread.
Win bread.
And you part of Breadwinners.
Breadwinners. Better believe that.
Yeah.
So anybody looking for you, they...
Yes, ma'am. You, ma'am. You, sir. You, sir. You, sir. You,
BWA.
Sir. BWA. Y'all just don't know it.
And you signing artists, right?
Yeah, I'm looking for talent right now. I want a girl.
I
want a girl.
Y'all heard it?
But I don't want no diva. You hear me? Because I want a regular chick. I'm into that, like a regular woman. Like not no, a diva every day. Huh? Your eyelashes, they might come off. I got eyelashes. You can cut some of these off and use some of these. Cause mine get stuck all in my eye, and I don't like them. But they got women that love them. But I don't need no divas. I need something natural. I don't want to go to bed with you. Now wake up and your hair over there, you look like Bruce. You bald headed. You got a fade. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
respect yourself, man.
I feel you, bro.
Yeah, cause I respect myself, man. People be like, Kevin, your lips be crusted. That's how God wanted them. I gotta keep licking them or something.
That's right.
Yeah, put something else on them to lubricate them. You know how it go.
Yeah. What's up? You want to ask some questions for me?
Yeah, please.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. You had a question.
I'm trying to keep it as clean as possible.
You don't have to keep it clean. Go ahead.
So I heard in the interview that you eat ass. You eat ass.
You can say the A word?
Yeah, you can say
I'm going
ass.
to say booty. Because I love how my accent, I love how booty sound. When
I'm going to step off on this part of the conversation. DJ Nathan, you can step up.
No, you don't have to go anywhere, sir. What happened was, I was in New York doing an interview with DJ Who Kid. We spoke about a lot of different things. We spoke about an achievement academy, about me mentoring to young people. We talked about being intimate with an individual.
Intimate, yes.
Intimate doesn't mean sexual. To be intimate means to know an individual. That means you know that individual on an intimate level. That's what that intimate means. But I told him I aim to please my partner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I aim to please my partner, whatever partner I'm with. I say, if I'm with this woman, you know, I didn't make her. So if she come to me beautiful, I got to appreciate the art.
By any means?
I got to appreciate the art. I'm supposed to suck her toes. Yeah. You hear me?
I hear you.
P word. I can say the P word?
No, baby. No, baby. No, baby. No.
What I got to say for that?
P?
Her lady?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to kiss her lady. I'm supposed to eat her booty, pull her hair. Yeah, get in the mirror, talk. Yeah, all that. I'm
Ladies,
supposed to
you
do
hear that?
Yeah, no, I'm supposed to do that. You hear me?
You are.
If I love this woman
Fairs.
the way I say I love this woman, I'm supposed to drink her piss. If I love
Oh, don't say that. That ain't no bad word. Hey,
What you do that for?
her. You know, that's what I'm saying, though. I'm supposed to. If I love her like that, I'm saying I love her.
You gonna drink the bath water too?
Come on, man.
He just
I ain't
said-
trying to drink no bath water, man.
Hey,
You know-
hey, he said.
You know what I'm saying.
You know,
okay.
man, well, come on.
I just gotta make
within
sure.
reason.
Yeah, but I'm
Okay.
saying when you love somebody like that, what's nasty about that person to you? You love this person. If you eating food and I tell you, babe, give me some. I don't want it off your plate. I want it out your mouth. Come spit it in my mouth. We love each other.
Turn up.
Or that's nasty to you.
That's
Ain't nothing nasty to her, please.
No, but hold on. I just want to see the mentality. You heard me? Because you know, them reality shows lead you to believe that that's nasty to experience that type of relationship with a woman. You heard me? They'll lead you to believe that. But big brother, this is all I'm saying. I'm passionate about these things. Back then, they didn't have baby food in the jars. You know how you used to get the baby food?
Chew
the
it up.
mama had to chew it up to get it to
put
the
it in
baby.
their mouth.
I'm gonna shoot
Regular
something up and
food.
get to you.
Better believe that.
Regular food, thug.
Better
So I
believe
just
that.
say it's a method in the madness, you heard me? I live under that old law.
Yes, sir.
I don't like this new technology, you heard me? Look, she ready for me to stop.
No,
Nah, I'm good, baby. I'm good.
At the clock.
Cause I put
I'm
her
good,
back in
baby.
something tight, man.
Baby, hey, I'm not
Hey,
scared.
man.
Believe that.
I'm happy. I'm
I
happy
don't want
we
you to
had
be
you
scared. That
tonight.
way you ain't gonna work.
I'm happy we had
I'll
you
run for the
tonight.
fight.
I
Yes,
don't want
sir.
you to work.
Hey, man. Thank you for the knowledge within
I
this
like-
room, giving it out in this room,
And I
and
like
out
to
to
receive
Chicago.
knowledge, you know. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, me too. Amen. I don't get tired.
Hey, y'all, we in here with Kevin Gates. Y'all make sure y'all go get that album. I don't call it a mixtape, but I call it an album.
Really though.
Go get it on iTunes.
Really though. I don't
Don't
get tired.
don't download it for free. Go pay for it. Pay for that
You don't
knowledge.
gotta pay for it. I get the money off you when you come. You gonna pay to come to the show. Because
Eventually.
some girl that you mess with might mess with somebody that's part of BWA. Cause we not playing.
Believe
we
that.
We tricking. You heard me? We believe in that. We believe that if a woman, you dealing with a woman, you supposed to make sure she's a representation of me.
That's
She
right.
supposed to have Louis luggage.
Yep.
Yeah, them purses, they 38, 40. I buy them all the time. I ain't playing. Hair, nails, everything.
Yep.
That unacceptable. You got to have white tips around.
White. Oh, stop.
Yeah. You got to have white tips. I heard a little chick say that was country or outdated. No.
Regular.
White tips.
No. Less is more. Yeah, I look at you like you're secure with yourself. See, when I see all them colors, I think you emotionally unstable. That's what I think. You know, I read between the lines, me. You know, turn up, man. I'm been retarded.
Man, I could talk to this dude all day. I promise you I can. I promise you I
That's
can.
why I got to be on lockdown when I go to jail. I talk to a female girl, she might get pregnant.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm living like that.
You got that gift. You got that gift
I
for
see it.
gas.
This ain't no gift, because I like to be to myself. They come over there bothering me.
Well,
I
brother,
tell you to be by myself bothering me.
brother, I'm gonna cross my fingers. I hope you stay free and keep making that bomb
You
music.
ain't gotta cross your fingers, big brother. What's meant to be will be. You hear? Luck is for losers. You hear? But what's meant to be is what's meant to be.
Yes, sir.
So I might have to, I might be out here continuing doing shows. I might have to see what Cook County child like.
Oh, no.
What they food like back there.
Well,
Y'all hold a bunk or something for me. I like top bunks. I like to be able to look at the whole cell.
Well, bro, you gonna be out here getting it, man. No doubt. You be out here in the city.
Lord say the same, but that's the reality. I'm a realist.
Believe that.
I like to look at reality. I can get my brains blew out when I walk out this door.
Not
But
gonna
by
happen.
all means, we gonna step.
All day long, y'all. Power 92, Chicago's first choice for hip hop. #1 in the streets. PT, where we #1 at, baby.
Eastside, what's up?
Hey, you want to get your laugh on? Wake up to the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. weekdays, only on Power 92. Thank you, Kevin Gates, for hanging out with us, man. Real Radio, DJ Nathan's live on the ones and twos, 773-375-9248. That boy is going live. Yeah, yes, sir. We're going to take care of some business. We'll be right back. We got them little boosty tickets. Don't move nothing.
Started to learn to walk while I was locked up, it hurt me to death. Bad drugs maybe lead to beef when the eating don't stretch. Numb the pain by sipping lean and blowing weed when stressing. My nigga made it, he got famous.